All right, so now this is 1 minute time frame. So the way how the price action works. So uh, at the higher time frame, the market should enter supply. So now this is one time frame. I'm looking for specific formation, which is bearish engulfing or shooting star or breaking the trend line. So now it's inside the supply at higher time frame. I dropped to 1 minute time frame, and right now I am watching the price action. So far, I haven't seen the formation that I am aiming for. The market still showing some strength. The green volume or the buyer volume still uh, there is buyer more than the sellers and big uh, high volume. The trend still holding. We have bullish engulfing instead of bearish engulfing. Green color clearly more than the red colors. Uh, so I'm watching candle by 1 minute. The volatility it's not that high because we are uh, at London session. And if it was an American session, if the volatility was higher, so I may use 30-second or I may use the share chart. So let's keep watching. The new candle just performed. There's 15 more seconds for this one to end. As you can see, the the price action still like moving around. So this is my proximal. That's the distal. Uh, Even though if it went above the distal and show me the signal, I will keep shorting it because we'll always see that spike to stop you out and then keep shorting. Will go to your favor. So in my case, I'm going to short. My first target going to be before this resistance. So the resistance around 547. So I may get out. Let's find an even number. So that 57. Maybe let's go at 50 even number or 49. 49.25. 49.25. All right, so let's back again. I'm going to explain what's going on here. At the higher time frame, the market entered the supply that I am aiming to sell. I have a trend. The market has not break the trend yet. The price has not break the trend line yet. I am looking to see bearish engulfing in 1 minute time frame or break the trend or shooting star and the price offer below the shooting star. So we don't have bearish engulfing or shooting star yet. The trend has been validated. Once close below it, I'm going to short. So we have 10, 15 more seconds to confirm the bear has stepped in or the sellers. So 2 seconds. I think now we are good to go. I'm gonna hit short here. And I did confirm. So where is my target? So 2 limit, 1 stop. So I got filled now. But let me add sell. So how many positions? All right. So I believe that's 8 positions in micro. Usually I go with the E-mini, but looks like I'm at the macro. It's fine. So nothing 100% you have to know. This is higher probability trade. So I just keep manage it. My target going to be, let's say, the 50. So 550. That's my target over here. And let's see how it will work. Right now, the trade may not go on our favor. That's our stop loss, which is the 7567. 50, which is above the high over here on the green, on the above this where the arrow is, which is this high. The high 75, 67, and add two ticks. But we have to be patient. We have a setup. We have the target. We have the stop, and we have to be trusting our trade. And there's nothing about feeling here. It's a setup we have, and we have to trust it. So let's see what's gonna happen. And again, our target should be before the resistance over here. So I'm going to aim for this the 7550. Saying $170. My first target will be $170. Since I am shorting 8 position, the first target will be the half of those positions. So I'm risking 170, and I am gonna sell half of the positions after 170. That's my 1 to 1. Extra one tick for to cover the fees, and then the final target 549, which is should be here. So that like 3 to 1, a little bit more than 3 to 1. And as what I said, like we should trust our setup. You have to be okay risking that amount. And I'm trading the S&P 500. I placed order on. I placed 8 positions on the micro S&P. Today is June 22 in London session, which is 3:30 Eastern time. So once this law has been broken, the 563 should be okay. Those gaps ups, like usually if I see them, that's not a good sign, but I'm not gonna do anything. Let's trust our trade and let it run. As what I mentioned, this is very high probability trade, and I should trust what I'm doing. So the one-to-one strategy, since I am risking 170, my first target 170, which is half of the positions. Once it hit that target, I will have a free trade. So for some case, if the price hasn't hit my final target and back to the stop me out, I will be break even. So now I want the price to break the 563, which is those 4 candles in 1 minute. The price already traded below the trend line. We got in here when it break the trend line. My stop loss above this one by a couple ticks. This is, we call it the bear flag. We can see some red candles now. The buyer still pushing up. The seller should step in. The volume still, the buyers and the sellers still equal. I want to see high volume of sellers also over there. That's the only indicator I use. And the chart. The chart are my indicator. And at my other screen, so I have 3 screens. This is the workstation. I call the trading floor. And on the left side, I have all the indexes at 1 minute, which is the Dow Jones, S&P 500, Nasdaq, and the Russell 2000. So far, none of them has seen any weakness yet. And as what I mentioned earlier, we have to trust our setup. We have to trust our trades. Don't play with the stop. Don't play with the target. Just accept the $200 or $170 and let the trade work. The main reason that most of the traders they lose money because they don't let the trade work. Once he saw $50, $60, he cash it out when he's risking $170. No, that's a big no. You should let the trade do its job, the job that you already did it, the analysis that you did it. On the other screen, the Nasdaq, it's sideways. The RTY has some strength. S&P sideways. Dow Jones sideways. So now I want this law to be broken. That's when confirmed that my trade going to work on my favor. Our first target, it's around 59.50, which is here. Nasdaq shows some weakness now. RTY Dow Jones still holding sideways. Of course, when the US market session open, the volatility it will be higher. So your trade may not take more than maybe 5 minutes. If you are aiming for $600. So now I was in a trade, I believe, for almost 30 minutes now. Still the buyer trying to step in, pushing the price higher. I want the price to start offer below the 563, which is where the blue arrow is over here. Every candle printed mean something, has information in it. And this is the matrix, and those green bars mean where the fair value are. So my target 3 to 1, which is just before the fair value or before the resistance on the chart, where the most trades are. So the seller should step in right now. If they are not gonna step in, this is a lost trade then. And once the seller step in, we may hit the target in, I don't know, 2 minutes. I always like to short. I draw another trend. We have to be patient. And you should not really watch the trade. I'm just doing that for education purposes. Otherwise, I will just sit and I will move to the next market. So, what we have right now, Dow Jones start dropping, but it's not breaking any low. Nasdaq the same thing, not breaking the previous low. RTY has a gap down, but still not breaking any low. And here we have the Nasdaq as well. The Nasdaq it did touch the trend that we draw. Should have some resistance, some support. It did break the trend. Still, all the market are holding. The Dow Jones broke the low, showing some weakness. RTY broke the low. Nasdaq and S&P not yet. But the Dow Jones broke the low. So, as what I mentioned earlier, we want the price to start offer below the 560, 75.63 even. So now we did break it. Now we should have like a free fall to the 560 up to here. And our target just before all this support. And that will offer 3 to 1 trade for us. So the weakest market are the Dow Jones, which is a good indicator for us. The S&P still fighting. Nasdaq as well. The Russell as well. So we only have Dow Jones now showing some weakness. But as long as the price below the 75.63, that's a great indicator for us. I mean, for me, for this trade. So we should hit the target any moment. And if you look at the volume down here, we can only see the red volumes coming now. The RTY is holding, Nasdaq holding. The S&P you can tell not able to make a new close. Dow Jones the weakest. It's offering below the previous candle. We've been in this trade for 38 minutes. So our target 159.50. 59.50. Uh, 59, 59.50, sorry. 59. That's our stop, first target, final target. So now there was a support, there was a resistance over here, and here, and this resistance become a support. So the market was trying to drop, nope. There was resistance again, break it. Now it's become a support. So now with that information will give us some information about now right now to take a decision if you want to close the trade with the small loss. Let's say maybe $100 instead of 170. If the price offered above the support resistance area. So the market, how it moves, it make always like when it's uptrend, it's make high, low, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Now we have here high, low, lower high. So the next move it should be lower low. When that happens, that's mean we are in a healthy downtrend, and the trade should work in our favor. So the next move should be lower low. Otherwise, this trade is not going to work. So technically, that's how the price action work. But in the US session, that will be faster, at least like 10 times, maybe 20 times. So the next lower low has to hit our target. Should break any moment. I mean, it should. There is no other way. It should drop. It should hit our first target. It should drop faster now. So our target should be like one tick higher based on the chart that I have over here, which is the 170. Yeah, 59.75. Let me adjust this one. And then since the market couldn't go above the 65.22, 25. So yeah, we may drop to $50, but I'm not gonna do anything. It has to hit my first target first. So we are like 2 points away from our target, which is our target gonna close half of our positions, and then we'll have like free trade if the market rally up again and hit our stop loss, so it will be free trade. So one more points, we should it should hit our first target. So since I was watching this trade and I don't want to turn this trade to a losing trade, and I know that the high should not be broken now, because if it did break that high, the market will go absolutely and stop me out. So 65.25, I'm gonna move my stop loss to 65.25. So now I'm losing. I am. I am risking now $50 based on the information that we have, the formation that we have now. So as what I mentioned, the market make high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high. The next healthy move should be the lower low. If it was other than that, that's mean it's going to hit my stop. So have a point.